Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to learn how to create a feedback form using HTML and CSS. Here we go. Without further ado, let's get started. From here, we are going to use a p element tag where we can write this is your feedback form. Yes, feedback form. Yes, after this, let me go back, right? Let me save it and we will see here. Now we have this message. This is your feedback form. So we have to use today an element tag called form. Here it is. And inside this, we will create the first we will use an element called an ordered list UL, and inside it we will create our list item elements li list item. So we will need to create a feedback where we will write our name, our email, and place a text area where we can write our message. So here we're going to have a label element here, and inside this label we will give it as the name of this label, name, and the label will have an attribute called for, and the name is name. So after this we will have for the email, let's copy and paste down here. Now for the email, and over here too, email, and this first label must have next to it an input label. Let's go like this, and the input is going to have some attributes. First, the type of the attribute, what type. We will write something, the name. When we write the name for the attribute here, it must be text. And let's give an ID attribute here, name, and a name attribute. The name is for the username, for example, but you can write something else if you want. Username. Let me copy this too and add over here. Yes, now also here we need type also a text ID. We need mail here, and here user mail, for example. Yes. Let's continue. And we will also have a label and an input for our text area. Let's come down here, and this text area here will not use this input. We will use a text area element, text area, and right now for this label we need a message. Let's say message here and here. For the for attribute, let's abbreviate it to MSG, message. Let's come down here for the text area where we will have some attributes too. First, an ID attribute, and the attribute's value is MSG, message, and the username, the user message here, the name attribute will have a user message as a value. Name attribute user underscore message. Yes, let's save this and come here, see the output. Whoa, that's looking great right now. Here we can write our name, our email, and our message. And this, you can put it bigger like this one and as you want. Because we didn't use in this place input, we use text area. That's why we have this option over here. So this doesn't look great. We will use some CSS to make it look a little bit great. And I also want to change the background color of this. Let me come here inside style element tag, HTML selector, and between the curly braces, let's say background color. Let me find it here quickly. Slate gray. Let me check this one if it is okay. Yes, looks better. But now if you have seen here, look, the width of this message, this text area is a little bit smaller than those two here. We can try to fix it together, and for that we need to use some CSS stuff. And after that, for example, if we fill this and this and this, we need a button here to send the feedback. So let's come here and try to give some feedback button over here. We can also save this one. Yes, let's copy this and save that one here, sorry. And now we need a button here. Let me get rid of this. This one, we can change it to a button. Let's come here. Button. Yes. Now we have a button here. And the button needs an attribute called type. Kind of type. Type of attribute here we need to submit. So let's give some kind of description for the button, like send message. Send message here, or send your message. It's a little bit better. Let's save it and come here, reload the page. Now it's a little bit better. We have a message. Anytime we fill those forms, we can press this button. And as I say, we can use some CSS here to make it look a little bit better. Right now, we have to come inside those style opening and closing elements and see what we can do to make it a little bit better. Yes, that's great. Let me think from where we can start. For example, we can, for example, use the form as a selector here. Try to think what we can do to make it look a little bit better. Let's say, for example, here, if we can center the form on the page, for example, we can use margin parameter, margin property here. Yes, we need to use this margin and give it some values over here. Let's say, for example, 0 auto, and save it. Come here. See, there's no effect yet, and we need a width for our form. Let's say 500 pixels, maybe. Yes, and save it and see here. Now we have this inside 500 pixels. We can put it even a little bit bigger. Yeah, it's okay. So you can see it here. All right, now if we want to move this one, we have to place it inside the form here, because this is still in the same place. Let's come down here, for example, take this and cut it, put it inside the form here, and save. You can see right now it's moving with the form. So let's come up here and see what we can do. Let's give a padding here and see what's going on. Maybe 1 EM. I think is around 16 pixels. And a border. Let's give it a border so that you will see the border of this form here. Say the border here, and a value, let's say 2 pixels for the border, and solid. We give a color for the border here. Let's say green. Oh, this one, green yellow. Save it. Wow, now we have a border here in this color, and we still can do more better to make our feedback form looks better. So let's come down here, try to style those unordered list here. Let me come here, give them this ordered list selector, and let's say list style property here, none, for example, and padding here for it. Padding is 0 maybe. Yes, let's give it a 0 value, and the margin also 0. Let's save it. This one for the unordered list here, those lists here. This is circling the list items over here. Yes. Now the list style is gone. You can see it like this. It's looking a little bit better and nicer and more beautiful. And let's come down here and see what we can do more to make this look more better. For example, let's say form for our list items here. We add them here, list item, to make sure that the margin top will be set. Plus list item, for example, here, margin top. Do we have it here? Margin top. Let's say 1 or 16, maybe 16 pixels. And save it. Come here and see. Now you have seen that we have some space between those list items here. It's looking a little bit better. So we still can continue to make it more better, and we need now to come to those labels here and see what we can do with the labels, like the display, the width, the text align for the label. We can do something with it. Let's see, label selector, doing curly braces. Let's say, for example, we are doing the unit size and alignment here. Display, for example, here we can say inline block for the display. Inline block, this one, and width. You have to give some width for this label selector. Width. Yes. Let's say 90, 100 pixels and see what's going on. And let's say text align property, text align. We can say right and save it and see what's going on with our form here. Yes, nice. In this place they are moving to the right, and this button is in this position. If you have seen here, there's an alignment from here to here, this one. So if we want now to make this message area bigger, it will be in this right position, because in the left one is well aligned. We can also move, for example, this button here if we want. Let's see what we can do again from down to make it more nicer. Let's see what we can do, for example, here. What about making those input and the text area here, make it look more bigger and more nicer? Let's come here and say, for example, let me come here and say it input, and the text area, for example. We can see the font, for example, after when we are writing something inside. We can give the font here a value. This font property, we can say, let's say, for example, 1 EM sans serif, and see what it will bring out. Sans serif, and the width of our font here. Width, let's give it 400 pixels. Let's see if it will be nicer. And the border also, we can make it a little bit better. Border, let's say 2 pixels. Solid, and the color of the border, we can maybe let it to blue. You can choose whatever color. Save it and see the outcome over here. Yes, this is for the input and the text area. Now we have this position here. The border for the input is in a blue color, and now all of them have this width 400 pixels. We can reduce it a little bit to 300 and see here its outlook. Now it's better. You have here the label and the input in front, here also, here also. You can make it bigger or smaller, and we save it. Yes, it looks a little bit better. So right now we can also do more and more as we want, but we are going to stop here and see next time if we can improve this. So thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. See you next time. Enjoy your time there. Bye bye.